Hello, today is Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Tomorrow, next weekend, I travel to Xi'an, China. China. So last night I made a flight booking, and also I need to reserve a hotel for myself. I travel there alone, right? I hope to meet a nice Chinese lady in Xi'an, right? This is my second trip to Xi'an. I don't know why I go there, but the air flight is cheap and the hotels are quite cheap. So it's basically no cost travel. Actually, it cost me like $800, but the expense is just peanuts compared to a trip to the U.S., where Donald Trump reigns supreme. So let's learn English by reading this English article about Donald Trump's threat to take over Greenland and how EU leaders are trying to respond, right? I always wonder about how the humans respond to trials and tribulations, right? So let's learn how we can address the issue and learn English by focusing on the exact pronunciation. By the way, I came down with a cold a little bit yesterday and the day before, which is a Saturday, right? But I'm getting better now. It's just mainly the cold in my nose. We call it nose cold, right? EU, this article is from USA Today. EU mulling trade bazooka as Trump ramps up pressure on Greenland. James Powell and Kim Hjelmgaard, USA Today, Monday, January 19th, 2026. EU mulling trade bazooka as Trump ramps up pressure on Greenland. European Union ambassadors have reached a broad agreement to intensify efforts to dissuade President Donald Trump from imposing tariffs on European allies, while also preparing retaliatory measures should the American president follow through on his threats. Right? There's another kind of cliche on the politics, right? Should American president follow through on his threats? The consideration reached January 18th comes as Trump announced that 8 NATO countries will face a 10% tariff on all goods sent to the United States, effective February 1st, until the United States is allowed to buy Greenland, a step major EU states decried as blackmail. The tariff would increase to 25% on June 1st if a deal to purchase the region is not reached, Trump said. French President Emmanuel Macron floated using the European Union's anti-coercion instrument against the United States as a part of numerous exchanges with European leaders, a diplomat told USA Today. The diplomat added that Macron reaffirmed to his counterparts the importance of a firm and coordinated European response. Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin said that while there should be no doubt the EU would retaliate, it was a bit premature to activate the instrument. In May 2025, the EU had said it would implement tariffs on $107 billion in U.S. imports in the wake of Trump's sweeping announcement, but suspended them for 6 months after the president and ambassadors reached a deal. Items covered under the proposed tariffs, according to Euronews, targeted industries centered in Republican-leaning states, such as bourbon, airplane components, soybeans, and poultry. The EU has not ratified the deal, according to the Financial Times, and lawmakers in Brussels signaled that the renewed threats to Greenland would scuttle its approval. Scuttle its approval, right? Scuttle, hurry up. Hurry their process to approve, right? Scuttle its approval, right? Ratify the deal. The EU has not ratified the deal. Those are good expressions, right? The EU has not ratified the deal. Would scuttle its approval. Would scuttle its approval. Would scuttle its approval. The tariff package appeared to command broader support as a first response than other anti-coercion measures, for which the picture was very mixed. Reuters reported, citing an EU source, the 8 NATO nations, including Denmark, called Trump's latest tariff move dangerous to transatlantic relations in a joint statement. Tariff threats undermine transatlantic relations and risk a dangerous downward spiral, the country said. Here's what to know about the European Union's trade bazooka. What is the trade bazooka? The European Union's anti-coercion instrument, also known as the trade bazooka, was adopted in 2023 to prevent and eliminate situations of economic coercion, according to the regulations text. Yeah, that's good. Anti-coercion instrument, right? Coercion. Anti-coercion instrument. But because it's quite an important word, let's go back and find exact pronunciation, because I forgot, right? Because I am Korean, right? I am not a native English speaker, man. Coercion. So it's a shun, not zen, not zhen, but coercion, right? Sounds like a French word, though, the origination. It especially aims to deter the economic coercion of the Union or a member state, and to enable the Union, as a last resort, to counteract economic coercion through Union response measures. The regulation reads, the instrument was conceived to prevent bullying from China, Political Europe reported. Euronews reported, however, that it was designed to counter China and the United States in wielding tariffs and natural resources to advance national interests. The instrument allows the EU to curb or seize imports of goods and services into its market and put restrictions on foreign investment and intellectual property rights, among other retaliatory options. The European Commission's Q&A page on the instrument notes that any action against the country must be proportionate to the harm caused. The range of potential measures is designed to be broad in order to allow the selection and design of an effective and efficient response to an individual case of economic coercion with minimal or no impact on the EU economy, the European Commission wrote. How long would it take to deploy the trade bazooka? Once a country is accused of coercion, the European Commission has up to 4 months to examine the allegation, according to the regulation's text. After the investigation, a majority of EU members must agree to initiate it. Once the instrument is activated, the EU negotiates with the accused country. If those negotiations fail, retaliatory measures can be taken. The instrument has not been used since its adoption, according to the global news agency Agence France Presse. Why is the anti-coercion instrument seen as a bazooka? Invoking the anti-coercion instrument would cause major damage to the trading relationship between Europe and the United States and was considered a nuclear option to respond to Trump's tariffs, according to Euronews. Trade between the United States and the EU reached nearly $2 trillion in 2024, representing almost 30% of global trade and 43% of global GDP, according to EU Council data. The European Union and the United States have the largest bilateral trade and investment relationship and the most integrated economic relationship in the world, the Council writes. The European Union is made up of 27 countries with a combined population of 450 million people, according to Agence France Presse, contributing Reuters. This article originally appeared on USA Today. Trade bazooka considered by EU as Trump continues Greenland threat. It's said that the United States is trying to coerce European nations, and the European nations trying to retaliate using trade bazooka or anti-coercion clause. And we Koreans only have to watch how the matter unfolds in front of us. Personally, I think we should live in peace, right? And Greenland, probably it has many good rare earth materials, maybe gas, maybe many penguins and polar bears, and maybe beautiful ladies, strong men, nice houses, right? The population is about less than 60,000. There's a U.S. presence, and China, Russia, they are sending many ships near the Greenland for exploration and maybe seafaring affairs. But there's no imminent threat, and maybe instead Korea should overtake Greenland, right? I think we should go there and take the Greenland and control the country. We should send the nice people and also criminals in prison so that they could work the roadways. They could build reservoirs, maybe plans, and also guard their coasts against the any threats, right? China, USA, Russia, European Union, who try to violate Greenland or Korea's rights. That would settle all the matters. We cooperate well with the U.S., so we would let U.S. people to stay on Greenland, do business under the auspices of us. I should be a governor there for 10 years, right? I should enjoy nice food with salmon, and maybe nice ladies, dance with nice ladies, and meet a very good gentleman, and we forge ahead and squirrel our approval. Right? Should the U.S. follow through on its threats, we would retaliate using anti-coercion method that was ratified. The deal was ratified by the Congress of the European Union, and it will settle the matters. Before I close this article and move on, I would like to go over what I try to remember, right? I used all the expressions that I learned from the article to express my feelings. Anti-coercion instrument, ratify the deal, squirrel its approval. Should the American president follow through on his threats, right? Those are good expressions. So, peace in the Middle East, and also on Greenland, and also on European unions. I wish everybody go hand in hand. Let's go together, right? That's the catchphrase of the 8th U.S. Army stationed in Korea. They say, oh, let's go together. 같이 갑시다. But until they find a stone or a rock to hit us on our head, they say, let's go together. So we got to be careful. The U.S. is no longer trustworthy presence. I like the President Roe, who said we should have our own independent, our own will and method to stage a war, right? Instead of relying on the U.S. So let's go back and finish this article. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.